Day one of legal tampering, numerous re-signings, people still out there. We're going to cover all that and more about our reactions on this, the No Horsing Around podcast. So, day one of legal tampering has kind of come and gone. I waited, I feel like, as long as I possibly could to cover this because I wanted to make sure that we didn't miss anybody. So, kind of an active day for the Colts, a little bit, right? Like, not in regards to what a lot of people want, which is to be out, to be signing players like McKinney from the Giants, Xavier McKinney, or Danielle Hunter. We wanted to see Ballard spend money, but kind of he did, he really did. So I mean, but he did it on the people in house, people that we had talked about, people that we felt that he would do. Like Ballard's always said, he's going to pay his own. He's going to draft them, groom them, and pay them when they succeed. So all that kind of started. The day actually started first and foremost with Zaire Franklin reworking his deal, getting a 3-year extension, $31 million. Dude goes from making like a couple $1,000,000 a year to making $10 million a year. So really happy about that. I think that's a very good re-signing. I think that's a really good positive extension. I mean, the dude, leading tackler in the NFL the last 2 years, just missed it this past year, but missed a game and was still right there and I think ended up in the top 3. So I mean, you can't really complain about that one. Then you have the big news, obviously, which is like right after legal tampering hit, right around 11 o'clock Central, 12 o'clock Eastern. You get the news Michael Pittman Jr. has agreed to his deal. And a lot of people kind of surprised by this number: 3 years, 71.5 million, 46 million guaranteed. I think a lot of us were kind of looking at it thinking, he might get a longer deal, but it sounds like from kind of reading the tea leaves and hearing other people talk about it is that this is what he wanted. He wanted a 3-year deal. It puts him hitting free agency again prior to him turning 30, which is a big positive for him. He's going to get about 23-ish million dollars per year, puts him kind of around that, that top, definitely in the top 10, probably close to the top 5 in regards to per year. I think this is a crucial one. We all knew he wasn't going anywhere. They tagged him with a franchise tag, fully planning to finish the deal, right? And it kind of came out and then kind of started to come out. And it was like, well, we know that he's getting close. And then even like Michael Pittman Jr. tweets out, like, staying home, retweeting the report saying that he had signed his contract. So I think this is a really big one. And a lot of people I've heard talk about, James Boyd talked about this, and I think it's a great example, is a lot of people are in the discussion of, is he a number one receiver? You know what? He is our number one receiver, and that's all that matters. So pay the man, get the weapon for Anthony Richardson going into next year. And this also lines him really right in line with Anthony Richardson's rookie contract. He's locked in as long as Anthony Richardson has his going into obviously like the 5th-year extension, right? So that's the second big one. And then you're kind of twiddling your thumbs and you're kind of waiting around. You're going, well, what's going to be next? Then we get a Tyquan Lewis coming back, and his isn't a break the bank kind of signing, but it's a good depth signing. It's a guy who's worked hard, who has produced, and is a great rotational piece in the pass rush, which we know that Ballard likes to have kind of those platoons of pass rushers, right? And then that leads to the last one, right? One of the last big ones, kind of the last one that we're going to get, I think, tonight, unless something breaks. We obviously get the Grover Stewart, 3 years, $39 million. Huge re-signing. So, I mean, you're looking at, people can be upset. People are upset. Hey, how come you didn't go after like a Xavier McKinney? How come you didn't go after these big names, other free agents? But these are all guys like when you talk to us, when you talk to me and Zach weeks and weeks ago, these were the guys, right? You wanted Michael Pittman Jr. back. You wanted Grover Stewart back. Zaire's a great one. We want Julian Bachman and we want Kenny Moore, right? Like those are other ones. There's still some other things out there. It's only day one and it's only legal tampering. So I mean, I kind of sit there and I go, okay, I like the deals. No, you're not Houston. You're not going out there spending big money on and bringing in like everybody. It seems right, but you've signed some of the core guys. You had to have Grover back. You had to have Michael Pittman Jr. back. These are crucial in-house free agents, right? Yeah, you did lose some people today too. Obviously, you lost to Gardner Minshew, which I think we all kind of expected to see. He wanted to compete. He wanted to have the chance to be a number one. He was not going to get that here, right? You only go in if Anthony's hurt. Anthony is the unquestioned number one QB in Indianapolis, and he wasn't going to get that. He got a nice hefty pay raise, 2 years. What was it, $25 million? So he got a really good pay raise. So I mean, I'm sad to see him go. He was amazing for the Colts in kind of in relief this year and really was helpful. But good for him. I can't be mad. And Ballard always says he wants his guys to go get paid. And then lastly, like right before I jumped on here, we had the news about Zach Moss is headed to the Bengals. That really coincided with a couple things, right? The Bengals release Joe Mixon and then immediately kind of turn around and give a 2-year, $8 million deal to Zach Moss. Kind of the same thing as Gardner, right? Zach Moss played amazing in relief and in kind of substitution for Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor is running back one. He will always be running back one. He's not going to get the carries here. Zach Moss won't. Then you get other places. When you release a Joe Mixon, he's going in now to Cincinnati with a really stacked offense that's there. You got Joe Burrow. You've got Tyler Boyd potentially still there. You've got Jamar Chase. And he's going to be the number one running back. He's going to get the carries that he wants to get. So I'm sad to see him go. But you can't re-sign everybody. Like I would have liked to have Gardner Minshew back, but not what he got paid. I would have liked to have Zach Moss back, but probably not what he got paid. So I mean, going through the day one, I think it was a productive day one for the Colts. And then you look kind of around the AFC South. The Texans signed a lot of people. The Jaguars made some weird decisions. Gabriel Davis is someone I liked, but they let they let Calvin Ridley go, right? And then they trade for Mac Jones. And then the Titans lost Al Shahir. They lost a lot of other players kind of as you look through. Danico Autry was a big one that they wanted and they got, and they kind of were a little wumpy. So you're kind of sitting there and it's day one, right? Day two, we're going to see where things settle. Maybe we get a Julian Blackmon. Maybe we get a Kenny Moore announcement. Maybe we get a Snead trade. We don't know these things. We don't know the plan. We don't know what they're doing. We know that they're trying to piece this together the best that they can with the money that they have, right? I'm not going to sit here and say, in Ballard, I trust. We used to say that. He makes mistakes, but I like what he did in day one. You don't overpay, and you kind of find where you're at. Yeah, you do still need some playmakers. You do still need some positions, but it's day one. So, I mean, overall, I like how the day went. I was pleasantly surprised at the amount of news we got. So, I mean, overall, like I said, I want to hear from you guys. Drop it in the comments. Did you like it? What do you think? What are you looking for in day two? Are you looking for that Julian Blackmon, Kenny Moore, Snead? Are you looking for those ones? There's the rumor out there now that someone's tossing out that they could make a trade for Justin Fields to be the backup, which I like Justin Fields. I don't like that move. But what do you want? Drop it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Do all those things that we love to see you guys do. And as always, I love you. I know Zach loves you. I'm out.